And when you have people like Alistair Thomas and so on, someone who has been around for how many decades? He's 60 something now, and knocking on politics some of the time, maybe about a teenager, maybe 13 or so. And up to this day, he has not even completed his secondary education. Now, we have to expose that type of lack of discipline, that type of underachievement, and who want to say that we're personal, maybe they don't understand politics. Politics is about exploiting the weaknesses of your opponents. And if they come with significant weaknesses like Alistair Thomas, and why it's important to do so is because he would have tried to dupe the people into thinking that he's some kind of intellectual.
True.
I mean, you all would have played a tape at some point with him saying recently how he's a well-celebrated regional intellectual where? Not even here in Antigua and Barbuda. And somebody like him could be easily characterized as a charlatan. I mean, someone who is presenting himself to be what he's not. And when I say these things, it's I'm cursing them, I'm not cursing them. I'm talking the truth about them, and I'm helping the electorate to formulate the opinions about these people rather than allow them to dupe them into thinking that they have any significant competence. I mean, when you look at the character, for example, a man like Alistair Thomas, and I'm just using him as an example, he knew prior to announcing his candidature that he owed an old man in his 90s, living in a man's house, owed a man rent. Things like those, as a prospective candidate, one of the first things you do is to clean up that mess, because you don't want to take that into public office for your opponents to use it against you. And the fact now that we're using it against him, individuals should not be perturbed about it and to say we're getting personal. What we're trying to say to you that the guy is a louse, that he's living on an old man who is depending on the rent for, to buy his medicines and so on in his old age. Up to about 2 weeks ago, the gentleman called me, asking me if there's anything I can do. I did promise him that I would have called him back maybe sometime this week or next week, as I'm traveling this coming week for a few days. But I'm saying this to say that these are the things that candidates should do to develop some level of competence so they can contribute towards the development of the country. If you bring a whole heap of losers, a whole heap of charlatans, underachievers, what do you expect? They would not be able to perform. There's a direct correlation between one's training and one's performance. When you look